buscas provocar. ¿Qué dices?
Me encanta provocar.
Anita is sort of caught in between the Baroness and Cruella, but does she really understand or can relate to any of them?
Yeah, I think she can a little bit. I think what she can relate to in both of them is their ambition and their drive. I think in Anita it presents itself in a very different way. It's a lot more harmless than it is in both of these women. And also, obviously, she has this history with Cruella, so I think she can definitely understand where she's came from and why she acts the way she does now.
What is, in your opinion, the best thing about the female characters of Cruella?
The best thing about the female characters is that none of their drive or motivation comes from men. I think that's such a interesting and kind of rebellious way to go about this story. And I think that that's really interesting. And I don't know that we've ever seen a story like that. Not just 1, 2, but 3 females in this who all have their own stories and all have their own drive, and none of that comes from the pursuit of men or what men think of them. I think that's really liberating to not feel like you are sort of under the male gaze.
It is grounded in the pursuit of their careers, which is 100%. Really great. Yeah. The post-credit scene is so sweet. It's just a tribute or the hint of something more. Is there a new 101 Dalmatians movie coming up?
That's kind of for you that's just to be left with you to decide, I think, in that moment. Because that's how I felt when I watched it. I shot that scene. I didn't know where it would be. And when I left it, I was like, oh, that's a lovely way to let the audience have their own sort of choose your own adventure.
The costumes are gorgeous, as is everything in this movie. How was walking on set and being surrounded by those incredible locations?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, particularly when we shot at the Baroness's, at the hall, Hellman Hall, it was unreal because I think you get some of that from in the film, but being there in real life, I don't even know if you can get the scope of how utterly incredible that area was. Every bouquet of flowers is real and was, custom made. I mean, we have candelabras in the Grand Hall and they were literally individual candles that were lit before a take. It's just such incredible attention to detail that I think that's what allowed me as an actor to be lost in it. And I think that's what allows the audience to get lost in our story too.
As you were shooting, could you see a connection between the Cruella of Emma Stone and the one from Glenn Close?
Oh, yes. I mean, I think what's really lovely is that Emma has found a way to make this character completely her own, but at the same time honor past iterations, be that Glenn Close or the cartoon. I think she's really dug her heels into who Cruella is coming from her own heart, but then also she's kind of played homage to them. And there's these moments like in the car when you see Emma driving and it's that kind of classic quintessential Cruella de Vil where her nose is almost touching the steering wheel, her shoulders are hunched. And I think that's really beautiful for audiences because these are like, if you've never seen it before, it's really iconic and you go forward. But if you have and you remember it, it's such a lovely tip of the hat to what we know Cruella to be.
Thank you so much. Anita Darling is really great. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Es así. Nací siendo brillante, malvada y un poco loca.